What's up guys, IDK Player coming back with a brand new NASCAR Heat video guys, and today, as promised, I'll be sitting down with Sloppy_Joe and talking about NASCAR Heat 4. Yes, I know NASCAR Heat 3 just released guys, but my good friend Sloppy_Joe, go subscribe to him guys. Please get him to 1,000 subscribers. Link to his channel will be in the description below. Pretty much he went to the 704 headquarters and he talked with producers about future NASCAR Heat games, aka he also talked about NASCAR E4 and what the producers and the production workers really want to add into NASCAR E4. Now, just a quick disclaimer, nothing is confirmed. These are just what the developers want to add new into NASCAR Heat 4 and probably also other future NASCAR Heat games. I want to make that as clear as possible before we get into the interview, guys. And yes, this is an interview. Pretty much, I can't use any of the audio he got from 704, so I decided, hey, let's just have an interview real quick, and you tell me what you learned from going to 704, like the headquarters and all that stuff, and pretty much what you can get back to the feedback for us, the fans, and the viewers, what we want to know. So please, guys, go subscribe to Sloppy_Joe. Link to his channel will be in the description below. And guys, we won't just be telling you guys in this interview stuff that we want that, not sorry, what are going to possibly be added to NASCAR E4, pretty much what the producers are thinking about adding into NASCAR Heat 4 or other NASCAR Heat games, but we're also giving out ideas, and I will actually be giving some of my ideas out to the producers of 704, pretty much the people that make the NASCAR Heat games, pretty much certain ideas, so in future NASCAR Heat games, we could have these cool ideas that I know the fans will love. But as usual, before we get into the video, shout out to my members: Kyle Larson, 42 fan, Levi Jones, Cleveland Ethan, Baseball Guy 1, Chris Berden, and Jimmy Tessner 04 Gaming. Links to their channels will be in the description below, guys. And without further ado, let's get started with the interview with Sloppy_Joe. Once again, everything in this interview is not 100% confirmed to be in NASCAR 4 because they might say, let's not add this, but these are what the producers are pretty much thinking about adding into NASCAR 4, which like the thoughts, because he did sit down with them, and I did hear the audio, and I can confirm this is 100% true of everything that he's going to be saying, and pretty much this is just what they're going to be talking about, okay? Now, yes, they don't have to add any of this stuff, but right now NASCAR Heat 4 is just in the planning stage, and these are some of the ideas that they are actually considering adding into NASCAR Heat 4 or in future NASCAR Heat games. Most of it right now is talking about what will be, pretty much they're talking about what could be in NASCAR 4, like the ideas that they want to add into NASCAR 4. I really want to make this clear. So without further ado, guys, let's get started. Alright guys, like I said, I'm here with Sloppy_Joe, guys. He's an underrated YouTuber, but he seriously should not be underrated. Get this man to 1,000 subscribers, and let me obviously introduce you. Hi, what's up, Sloppy? How you doing?
What's up, man? How you been?
I'm doing good. So you ready for this?
Yeah, man. I'm ready to spill the beans.
All right. So the first thing I really want to ask you is right off the bat, say yes or no if you want me to say this, but I know people are asking about this, and this is series. Do you know anything about the new series? We have any new series coming out?
Oh, bro. You start off with that one.
Yeah.
Um, just I did not get a yes or no, but
Okay.
being a communication major and learning body language and whatnot, and kind of seeing what they were telling me, there was a really big pause before they said anything, and the answer that I got was I cannot say anything about that. So
Okay.
what that answer usually tends to be is that yes, they are looking at adding a new series. I do not know what that series is, but we have two series, and only two series I can see that would be it: K&N or ARCA.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the two that we're looking at, if not one of them getting in. So that's definitely something for the Heat fans to be looking forward to for the next installment. And we also talked about career mode, and we did talk about one thing that I think you and the other fans that are tuning into this are going to be really excited about. I mentioned the idea that we need to have a silly season in career mode again. We have
Yes.
to add that realism in it. And I told them, back in the day, Mark Martin would retire, and we would see Kurt Busch take the sixth car, or we'll see like a random fantasy driver name in that car. Who doesn't matter as long as that ride is replaced That's all that matters. And my dog's barking downstairs. I don't know if you can hear
No,
it.
it's okay.
Highly that you
I can't
can't.
hear it.
Cool. Oh my gosh, she's insane. But so we talked about that, and he said that is something we have definitely looked at. However, due to licensing being much harder than when it was back in the day when EA Sports had the licensing, it's very impossible to have, for instance, Chase Elliott go to Joe Gibbs Racing due to Chevy not wanting Chase's name on a Toyota car.
Yeah.
But they have been looking at the possibility of doing it to manufacturers. So, for instance, if Tyler Reddick wanted to move up to the Cup Series and Jimmy Johnson retired, Tyler Reddick can go to the 48 because it is a Chevy. If
Mm.
Kyle Busch decided to step down and get out of it, they can put Todd Gilliland in the 18 because he is a Toyota family member. So that is one thing that the Heat developers are looking at, is adding the silly season into career mode, but based on manufacturer. So it's not ideally what the fans want 100%, but it's something I would definitely be looking forward to as a career mode fan. And we also talked about adding some other things like a ticker up at the top during the race. We
Oh,
talked
please.
about
Oh,
adding a.
please.
I know I want that so bad. I know it's a really tiny thing, but I love the ticker. I love it. Like, I love the names going by and seeing like, oh, my gaining time. Like, it adds that realism. It's like, oh, my favorite driver's faster than this car. He's getting on me. Is he gonna pass him? Like, I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I
Then we
believe
also
EA
talked
did
about
that. EA did do that in options one in the, like display, right? I believe EA did do that.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
they did. Technics even had it too in NASCAR the Game 2011. They did have a ticker, which is really cool. I know it kind of takes up the screen, but who honestly looks at the sky when they're racing? That's just my.
Yeah, and it could be
my
also an
opinion.
option. Wait, so they were thinking about adding that?
Not in this installment because, like they said, they, due to contracts and due to licensing and releasing times, they have to have a NASCAR game out at a certain time every single year due to their
Okay.
contract.
So what about, did you guys talk about track map? I know this is a conversation that people really talk about, track map. We did get the 360 camera this year. What about the track map?
Yeah, surprisingly, we really didn't talk about the track map too
Okay.
much. I did mention just overall little tiny features to add during your racing. Like I mentioned the ticker and whatnot, but I'm sure the track map is one of those things that they've seen Twitter blowing up about a track map. So I'm sure
Yeah.
next year, since they got the physics more polished now, and we did mention the little tiny things. And now that this game, the build of this game, has the physics nearly down, has, you know, what they need. They got the base of their games made. So now they can add those little tiny things in there. It's like, okay, you want a track map? Here's your track map. You want that ticker? Here's the ticker. Because now they'll have time. Well, means that they already have a huge list of stuff that is like their to-do list for Heat 4. Now, one of those things I imagine is the esports, because right now we
100%,
do
yeah.
have our champions mode with the whole qualifying with the fastest lap. What I did talk to him about is I love the champions mode aspect. I love it because it's racing for a prize. This is probably the most amount of multiplayer NASCAR drivers we had in a game in a couple years because of this. Because when you add something to win, people are going to come out and try. But what we did recommend, we need to bring the racing aspect into champions mode, not the trial mode, like not the time trial.
Yeah.
So they mentioned that, and they said the reason why that they went with the whole trial mode thing is because they were worried about those kind of people that would race and just bump people out of the way and wreck them and get the wins, because they've contacted the people that have won a position to go to Homestead already and said, listen, you're going to be racing with 19, 20 other guys, and we're going to be watching the racing. If you do any aggressive driving, you're automatically disqualified.
Ooh.
They also mentioned possibly adding something for league racing, adding what NASCAR, I believe, 2014 did, or yeah, I think it was 2014.
Yeah, it was
where they added
2014.
the whole league mode, where you can add the usernames of PlayStation into a league, and it keeps track of the points, top fives, top tens, wins, all that stuff for you. That's a huge thing. That's a huge thing that I'm really excited about. And practice qualify race weekend for online. That is
Nice.
also something we talked about for Heat 4.
Well, like a
because that
testing
would
mode? Like, what do
definitely-
you mean, like a testing session mode, or?
So if you're in league racing, right,
Yeah.
and you want to host like a quick 10-minute practice, a quick qualify, then your race, you can do
Mhm.
that now, or
Oh,
what
cool.
they're looking to do. So you're really getting that whole weekend aspect in a league race. So it really seems like, hey, this guy's good. Look for him to be good this weekend. Goes and qualifies, race, boom, 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 boom. So instead of just jumping into the race and doing a quick 2% mode for qualifying, they're thinking about putting everything into one weekend, so you can go ahead and do that. Also, we also talked about career mode a little bit more. I already mentioned this and whatnot, but I gave them a very good idea that I think they liked because they seemed really happy with it. We notice how NBA 2K and whatnot, when it comes to their career mode, they dominate the career mode aspect in sports.
Oh
That's
yeah.
just my opinion. They do a fantastic job with it. One thing I like that they do is adding the realism of your player in the sports. If you have a bad race, if you wreck a driver, if you win the race, or you miss the next round of the playoffs, your driver, your custom character, goes into the media center. There's a desk, there's a mic, your character sits there, and they show little like reporters in the chairs, like the whole 2K setting. And you can have Claire B. Lang, Dave Moody, or any of the NBC reporters pre-record questions and saying, "You qualified really well but fell back. How do you feel that your team did this weekend?" And it gives you three choices. You can either have a Kyle Busch kind of answer and be like, "We need to get better. The team's not doing that good. I'm not really happy with it." Or you can be like, "Yeah, our team did everything we could, but we'll get better. I'm sure of it." And it affects your reputation. Do you go up? Do you gain fans? Or do you go down and lose reputation on the field?
But well, we already know we saw day into night transitions with that Unity engine. What is the deal with like possibly having day into night in NASCAR Heat 4?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit. I think with the new Unity engine, and one thing that they talked about with the new Unity engine, they were able to play around with it a little bit for Heat 3, but not to its full extent. Because right now for Heat 4, they are looking into making it into a PS4 Pro edition, an Xbox One X edition, to get that 1080p, possibly to a 60 frames per second game mode. So if you're one of those users like me with a Pro or an Xbox One X, we may be getting a 60 frames per second NASCAR game next year with this new engine. And trying to remember exactly what you said. With the
The
Unity
day into
engine.
night.
Day to night, yes. That's something that we mentioned a little bit, and they said that that is definitely on that list of stuff they're looking at. They did look for it for Heat 3, however, they just didn't have enough time because it does come down to the engine that you are using for a game. I think with this new engine that we will get day to night transitions. I think it's going to be a really good add-on for the NASCAR Heat titles. And I certainly hope it changes the track conditions and makes your car feel different and really adds the whole strategic way when you're racing online or in career mode.
One thing I do want to talk about, and I will see comments everywhere, paint booth. Did you guys talk about paint booth at all?
Yes, we did talk about paint booth. It is on their to-do list. They are looking to add that full-on paint booth that we've been hoping for. They are working super hard on trying to get licensing for multiple amount of numbers, so we can put our favorite number on there. I mentioned kind of making your own decal, like your own number and everything.
Yeah, I heard you
And
talk
they said
about
that
this.
also. They also said that comes down to an engine 2 of what you can do. So rest assured, they got the paint booth on there. They got day to night transitions. They got everything. These guys are already working their butts off. The creativity to the player. And the one thing I was really happy that they said is that when we focus on NASCAR Heat 3 and future installments, we focus on the player. Like giving back to the player, making them control their own career, their own destiny, what they want to do with the game. So we didn't really touch on your idea. I'm sorry I didn't really get to
No,
touch
that's
on it
cool.
because we were talking about a whole bunch of other stuff, and I didn't want to say that and make them think that was my idea because it wasn't.
Okay.
But we definitely talked about they want to give the players back that feeling of they have the control to do what they want in this game. When it comes to customization, career mode, multiplayer, doing what they want, and that's their image. That's their future image of what they want. Yeah, they love the fan feedback. That's how we make this game better, is giving them that feedback. Like, I want to see the K&N series, the ARCA series. Okay, we'll write that down. I want to see day to night transition. Okay, give us a little time. We'll get that engine going. We'll put it in. Rest assured, you guys, this is the company that we need to make NASCAR games because they are committed. Their whole team in their offices, die-casts everywhere, sheet metal everywhere. This looks like a NASCAR museum. Like, they are driven to make the best NASCAR game ever. So please don't think that this company does not care. They're not EA Sports. They don't want you to spend like hundreds of dollars on packs for Ultimate Team or pay to win. They want to give you the game that you guys want. About if we got some Heat 4 news out of this, is that what you were saying?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, of course. Like we got a little bit, we didn't get a definite yes or no's, but when someone has a long pause during a question and they kind of think for a second what they're supposed to say, that kind of makes you think, okay, I see where this is going now.
Yeah,
So
and also the paint booth. That's also we also talked up on paint booth and stuff that they're gonna also try to add in career mode for NASCAR Heat 4. We did touch up on that just so people just know that this we are talking about stuff for Heat 4 and other NASCAR Heat games.
yes, this isn't just Heat 3. This is all about the future. This is all about Heat 3 is already done. They're not going to add anything major into this game. They're done with Heat 3 with except updates and DLC and whatnot. Heat 4 is already in the planning stage. They're already working on Heat 4. I think it's going to be something really cool.
That you gave me, actually you texted me. Am I allowed to, if I hear something that might go towards NASCAR Heat, I'll actually include in this video. Am I allowed to use it or no? Like, not like their audio, but like my feedback towards what I heard.
Yeah, if you wanna hear it and just see what it's all about and just talk about it, totally fine. Just
Don't use
say,
their
oh,
audio.
sloppy Joe,
Yeah.
like gave me this info and whatnot. Just no audio posting though or anything like that.
100% understand. Thank you very much, guys. Go subscribe to Sloppy_Joe. Link to his channel will be in the description below, guys. We did get some info on what 704 is working on for NASCAR Heat 4, guys. So thank you guys all for coming. Go subscribe to Sloppy_Joe, guys. And thank you guys all for coming. If you guys do, smack that sub button. Comment down below your opinions. And subscribe for more NASCAR Heat 3 videos, news, whatever. NASCAR Heat 4 stuff too coming up down the road. So thank you guys all for coming. I'll see you guys in the next video. Sloppy, you want to say anything before I sign off?
Just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to hit that sub button for IDK, leave a like, and check my channel out. We got to get to 1,000 subscribers so we can have our breast cancer awareness stream where all the proceeds in the stream will be given to the Susan G. Komen Foundation for breast cancer awareness. Thank you guys so much for tuning in if you're my fans. If not, I hope you guys can join the Sloppy Nation because we are definitely growing. Love all the support and stay sloppy.
Alright, see you guys later. IDK out.
I gave you everything, held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried.